Good evening everyone and welcome to another Dangerous Monday. He says as his voice decides to die. Not good. Sorry about that. I think I might have to turn the mic down a little bit because it seems to be bouncing a little. Oh god. Sorry I'm a little bit late everybody. I actually started Elite up in the wrong bloody player. So yeah, I'd quit back out of it. I thought I'd better do that while I was kind of not streaming, at least live anyway, because that would have been just silly and unprofessional and not what you would expect from a professional like me. Garzini, hello there, welcome to the stream as always. Stephen Carey, welcome to the stream as well. A slightly less common person around the stream, especially at the start, usually joining about 20 minutes in. Happy birthday to me, thank you Garzini. Yes, it was my birthday yesterday. I'm 44 and a half. How can you be 44 and a half on your birthday? Well, it's all lies, isn't it? So, yeah. Garzini, 6-month subscription. Wow, thank you very much, mate. Very much appreciated. So what we'll do now is we've got the screens all on and everything's working again. I'll pop the desktop audio back on, and I shall flip to the gaming layout. Hello. Sorry, but still no green screen. The place is still a bloody mess. Still not finished clearing up. Still not finished getting everything organised. Hopefully, I'm gonna get this all done tomorrow. I'll be doing it today, but I'm streaming. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So what we're doing today? Well, continuation of what we did last week, where you guys picked the idea. Stephen Carey, I've been waiting for you today. Oh, bless. It's people queuing for me. It's unusual. I'll get used to it one of these days. Or maybe I won't, I don't know. But yeah, so where am I? What am I trying to actually get done? So let's pop voice attack on. Music on.
Ending playback.
Oh, there we go. It's our little lady there saying something strange. Right, are we on? Is everything on? Are we ready to go? I think we have everything lined up in the map, if I'm correct. Are we? I think we are. No, we're not. So think about taking it off your lock, because you don't get on the thing. So is that the one that I actually put on? Yeah, pretty much. That's okay then. Daddy Hoggy, good evening to you, sir. Long time no see. Ah ha ha ha. He's full of comedy today. It's Comedy Dave. Right, that's that done then. So I'll close that off. Righty ho. This is all ready for another jaunt. So basically we're continuing what we did last week. You guys said it was a great idea to head off to Colonia, and I said yeah, let's do that, and I'll try and do some of that actual play while I'm not streaming, or on days that aren't on Monday. That didn't work at all this week because basically the entire world seems to want my time. Raise landing gear.
Landing gear up.
Boost.
Afterburners engaged.
So yeah, this is the last Dangerous Monday of 2017, because Monday next week is Christmas Day, and although I'd love to be on, I'd love to be streaming on a on a Monday next week. If I stream on a Christmas Day, I will be killed. You'd be finding little pieces of me strewn across the countryside. So yeah, probably not going to do that. And then obviously next week, Dangerous Monday is New Year's Day, I believe, and I won't be around because myself and the wifey are heading off down south to spend some time with some friends. Some of whom you may know, or most of whom you may know, because the only people I'm really going to know are going to be Drew Wagar and his family, and John Hoggard and his family. So, yeah. Jump.
Preparing for jump.
Apologies for the late join, trying to persuade the youngest of her bath, but she suddenly remembered she's got homework to do. What a reversal from yesterday. Well, technically it's kind of the same thing. But not as a reversal, because she forgot she had homework yesterday, didn't she? There was none of the jokes Selezen drove all the way from Derby to Newbury. Yes, I did.
I can scan the system if you wish.
The secret Santa mission, indeed. Scan the system.
Stand by, scanning now.
I won't disturb
Compiling
you again.
data. Cartography update complete.
I shall tell the full story, shall I, John? Yes. I'm not going to go much into it, but John's been having some tough weeks lately. And obviously, as a friend, I want to try and support him as much as I can and sort of do what I can to try and help. So I thought it'd be nice, because I'm a kind of huggy person. I live up to my surname. And I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do. Just go down, say hello, give him a hug, and say, "You want to talk? Here I am. You want to talk? You know where I am." And 150 miles isn't that far away, really, when you think about it. So, yeah. The original intent was to do it last weekend, but there was a bit of a blizzard around in Derby, so it was a bit difficult for me to. I don't drive in snow. I don't drive in snow and ice. I just don't do it. So, jump.
Charging frameshift drive.
The plan to do it last week kind of fell apart. So I secretly last week contacted John's wife, and I said, "Oi, psst, would it be okay if I came down? If me and Anne came down and just sort of surprised him and came down and gave him a hug and said hello and just had a bit of a visit? Although we've known each other for a long time and met at conventions, we've never really been, because we're distances apart. We've never really sort of been around each other's houses and stuff like that. And I always tell everyone, you're always welcome round mine. But I kind of feel that, it's not fair to make everybody else travel. So whenever I can, whenever the functionality is there and whenever the ability is there, I would like to try and do that kind of thing. So I did that with John. And V said, yes, I think that'd be a great idea. And I said, whoosh, keep it secret. Keep it safe and keep it secret. And she did. So she told her kids, John and her kids, and they all kind of kept this secret from poor John. From I think it was the Monday or the Tuesday, if I remember rightly, that we actually came up with the idea. And in the meantime, some quite funny things happened. I had a message from V at one point that essentially said, John has been shopping with me and he's questioning why I'm buying so much food. His inner Scotsman is coming out and he's questioning why we're buying so much of this, why we're buying so many potatoes, and I've had to cover all the story up and try and tell him that it's all for Christmas or it's for this and that and the other. Oh my god, this is harder than I thought. So yeah, and successfully, all three of them, ladies as well, not that women gossip more than men, that's a complete fallacy. But three, well, sort of younger girls do tend to sort of talk a little more freely or make mistakes or let something slip. And so kudos to all of them for keeping it secret from John. And yeah, so we drove down, got there about lunchtime on yesterday afternoon, about 12:30. Parked up in the car park beside his house, walked up his driveway, and of course it's in the kitchen, out the window. As we're sort of getting out of the car, V sees us out the door and waves at us, I wave back. And John's there at the window and he sees me coming up the path, and the look on his face was priceless. Absolutely priceless. I toyed with the idea on the way down of actually videoing the arrival, maybe even streaming the arrival, which would have been quite funny. Jump.
Engaging jump.
But he just kind of, it was kind of like half his brain switched on and half his brain switched off, and this is exactly how John describes it. And all I could see through the window was, as he tried to process the fact that that's Dave, that shouldn't be Dave, I'm hallucinating. No, it's actually Dave coming up my path. It was quite funny. I wasn't wanting to say that, John. I don't know how public you want to go with this stuff, and obviously I know from past experience with this very thing that it can be quite difficult in certain circumstances to kind of go public with this stuff. Although honesty is always a good thing to do, and it's always good to be upfront with these things, then some people's tastes differ, and some people's experiences differ, and some people online, especially on the internet, can be a little bit harsh. So I wanted to leave that up to you. Jump.
Jumping.
But yeah, it was as long as the thing is, as far as I'm concerned, I made him smile for 5 minutes. It was actually a lot more than 5 minutes. But I made him smile. So as far as I'm concerned, as soon as I walked up that path and he smiled at me, it was mission accomplished for me. Put a smile on his face, even for a few minutes, is worth the 4-hour round trip. Not even close. It would have been worth 4 times that. I'd have driven for a week to get there. Because it's not everyone I'll do that kind of thing to. I mean, I'm not the sort of person that for every single person in the world I'll drive to your house and give you a hug. But John, Drew, Dan Grubb, various different people that I know have been so supportive and so nice and so caring and tolerant of me and my ways over the last few years. Especially, I mean, as I said, I've been through this sort of stuff before as well. I mean, when I started off the RPG, that started off with the 6-month essential nervous breakdown, basically. And people like John and Dan Grubb and Drew and just various people around the Elite community and some of my friends were so supportive and so amazing and so wonderful. Grant Wilcott as well, you know, Psycho Cow, everyone's favourite. You know, just being there and talking and being at the end of a phone or being at the end of a text message or hopping on a stream and saying hi, you know, anything like that. It's just stuff that makes you feel better when you're a bit down. You know, when you're going through some hard times, it's surprising. The internet gets lauded for being, or gets vilified for being a haven of evil. But you know, there are some people out there who are just the nuggets, the gold nuggets in the dirt, basically. The majority of the internet tends to be the kind of neutral, yeah, we'll support you, yeah, we'll put up with it, yeah, we'll be there, we'll be the kind of neutral parties in it. But you have the ultimate lows, the arsehole trolls, and then the ultimate highs, which people like Grant, John, Drew, who are just there for you when you need them. Even though they've never met you face to face, they can be there. Yeah, and I just want to, you know, that's the sort of person I want to be, and the sort of stuff I want to give back to you. Jump. Jump.
Frame shift active. Engaging.
Yeah, that was a bit of a waffle, more than I intended, but that overanalyzes the whole situation. Essentially, it wasn't even as complicated as that. I don't think I've actually said this to John, but essentially the first thing to sort out was whether Anne was up for going. One being, did she have any plans, like Christmassy shopping or Christmassy things to do, or furniture to build, or living rooms to rebuild and not have all this mess lying around the house. But she was good enough to say, you know what, fuck all that, John needs you, let's go. Again, so I mean, everyone should have an Anne because they're awesome. You can't have mine because she's mine, but you should all get one. But yeah, so that was the first kind of not hurdle, but the first equation to try and sort out is whether or not Anne was going to be okay with coming with me, or whether I was going to moan, or whether I was needed to do things. So once I got the clearance from the boss, it was sorting it all out. And as I say, it wasn't even a question. It was John is suffering. I could possibly help just by turning up and supporting. So that was what it was. John needs a hug. Let's go. Mission hug. The mission Secret of Santa was a go, and it was fun. And I so wanted to post about it. I so wanted to actually stream it on the way down. Actually stream the journey, which would have been so funny if John had actually came on and watched the stream while I was driving down. So, oh, where's he going? And then gradually starts to recognise places where he lives. But that would have given away the whole thing. We wouldn't have got that knee-jerk reaction at the door, which was great. V loved it, and again, it was great. It was great to actually meet his family as well, because I've met Millie, who's his oldest daughter, and she's lovely. She's brilliant. She's like a 16-year-old girl in a 45, 70-year-old person's body. It's great. Actually, more mature than John is sometimes, which is bizarre. And I've not really met V or his youngest daughter Evie before, and although I'd spoken to them briefly, it was good to get to them, and they're lovely people as well. So the entire family's awesome. So yeah, it's good to get to know everybody, and it was lovely. And V's a fantastic cook. Honestly, they're all fantastic cooks. I think it was kind of like a group measure, a group effort. But it was a lovely lunch, a lovely Sunday lunch. So thank you to them for that. If they're listening or watching, it's very much appreciated. And I hope that someday we can repay the favour. If you ever feel like popping up, as I said, you're very, very welcome. And we'll put on a slap-up tea for you as well. But yeah, so that was great. I really enjoyed it, and I hope John did as well. Jump.
Jumping.
Breathe. So that was yesterday. That was my birthday. I enjoyed the crunchy fight, actually. I quite enjoyed the crunchy fight you all had after that. It's part of the crunchies belong to Millie. All crunchies belong to Millie, apparently. I do like crunches. I'm not supposed to eat crunches because obviously being diabetic. It's a big sugary bomb. But I don't care. I did not care. All your crunchy belong to
Affirmative.
No. All your crunchy belong to Millie. The only thing that I am very conscious of being a fat person. And I know John's probably going to say you silly bastard for this, but I'm very conscious of being a fat person, and I was hungry. And I enjoyed what I was eating very, very much, and I wanted to eat so much more of what was on that table yesterday. I mean, there was like strips of pork in the bowl, and there was lots of potatoes left, and there was a big jug of gravy sitting there, and a big tub of applesauce. And I just wanted to get a spoon and go, nom, 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 of all of it, because it was all really, really, really nice. Apart from parsnips, I don't like parsnips. I do kind of like parsnips. I eat parsnips on Christmas Day, and that's pretty much as far as it goes. And I eat parsnip soup. Yeah, we had green trees and white trees as well, and it was lovely. I'm just going over. This is kind of an intimate, personal thing, isn't it? It's like this is as bad as people saying, like posting what they had for breakfast on Facebook. This is me on stream playing a game, and all you're listening to me talking about is, oh, I had this for my tea yesterday. It was lovely. I had pork and I had gravy, and I had pork scratchings that I think broke a tooth, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. And I had vegetables and stuff, and it was really nice. It's boring as fuck, innit? But you know what? It was just lovely because it's not very often we actually go out. So it was just lovely to spend time with people and have a proper meal, because we eat fuckloads of takeaway. We haven't had a proper cooked meal for months because I'm always far too busy or far too lazy. You should have, because with your ticket today. Right, pork sandwiches all around today. No, honestly, I just didn't want to look like a fat bastard because nobody else was having seconds. So I just thought, no, I'm not going to have seconds. Jump. And oh, it was a lovely time. Oh, yeah, I've stopped on the book. Woo! Okay, the other thing I have to say is, it's Christmas time, there's no need to pay full price. The Elite Encounters RPG, you know, that thing what I wrote, that book what I wrote that you may have heard of because I don't tend to go on about it very much, is now available at 25% off. Oh yes! Oh yes, it is. Yeah, that was, yeah. I'll come to that in a second, John. But yeah, 25% off Elite Encounters RPG at daftworks.co.uk/store and drive-through RPG and RPG Now. Yeah, if you go to daftworks.co.uk/elite-RPG, the link comes up on the chat now and again. If you're watching the chat and having it come up, you can click on it there because I can't stick it in here. I'm sure some kind person in chat will post a link. Oh yeah. Yes, you can see all the information you need to know about it. But essentially, it's Birthmas. Because my birthday's so close to bloody Christmas, I thought this year I was a day late doing it because obviously going down to John's, I didn't get a chance to get everything sorted out before we left. So I've actually done it all the time today. I'm giving 25% off from today until the 31st of December on the book. So what would normally cost you 20 of your shiny UK pounds will cost you 15 shiny UK pounds until the 31st of December. That is again on both my Daftworks store and the Drive-Through RPG distribution network, which is fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. Yeah, and I'm really happy to be able to do that because this year has been fantastic getting the book out in October, and again everyone has been amazing and the Elite community is just awesome as fuck anyway. So I'm trying to get this link out to everybody I can think of. So if you have any friends out there who are not part of the Elite community that you can think would love this, then pipe it out there, let them know, let them get that information, and if they want to spread it around, then just spread it as much as you can. I'm going to put it through any avenues I can think of. Apart from possibly Frontier themselves, who may not post it, but can try. It's on the Frontier forums, it's on Reddit, and I've got one purchase from Reddit, so yay! The only person that's commented on Reddit actually bought a copy of it. And when he bought it, he took the bloody database down on the website for some reason, for about 5 minutes. That was quite fun. No, don't put that link on there, Daddy Huggy, because in order to get the discount, you have to post a specific link. Because it's like it's like a voucher code system, and it's a specific link to that voucher that they do. So you have to post it as a separate thing. But easily enough, you just go to the website page, the first one there, the Garzini one, and it'll show you it'll show you the actual links for the specific drive-through RPG stuff. I'll just grab it for you now. Copy, paste. There you go, that's the Drive-Through RPG and RPG Now links. They're both, it's the same shop basically, just two different sites. I'm hoping they've posted separately. Should have done, hopefully. Yeah, they have, that's fine. Cool. Jump.
Engaging jump drive.
Sorry, I am not jumping as fast as I should be here. Busy talking. Yeah, so as I say, that's that. So, especially I was going to leave at 5 PM and left at 9. Yeah, I got in trouble for that. my grumpy son was grumpy at me when I came in. So we got back at about 11:30. Whoops. But yeah, we thought it was actually Anne's kind of thing, because obviously Anne's the worry because she gets tired and fatigued and sore and all that kind of stuff quite early on. So she was saying that she wasn't wanting to risk staying too long in case she started to be grumpy and tired and sore and suffer a little bit and do something like fall over or something like that. So she said she wanted to finish at 5. But you know what? We got there at 12:30, and by the time 5 came around, we just hadn't even got started on what we were doing there. Good lord. 69 tabs. Bloody hell. Has your mate washed your cup yet, by the way? Apparently John is growing a new culture. He's growing a new civilization in his desk. In his coffee cup at work. And obviously because he's not kind of been in because of what's going on, he's not been able to wash it. So apparently he's now trying to grow a new civilization. So civ for real. Jump.
Preparing for jump.
You know, I have an ongoing joke that John did a screenshot, because I was quite sneaky last week when I was talking to John and Drew, because we all started talking about like visiting each other at New Year, and then obviously I started talking about directions, and it was all a sneaky way of getting an official map to where he lives. And it worked, and he sent me a screenshot. No, that was actually the earlier thing, because I sent Dan Grubb an advent calendar this year as well, but Amazon couldn't find his house, and I was trying to help them navigate, and John was helping me try and navigate to his house. So he sent me a screenshot of his browser window, and there was like 50 tabs in it. Ridiculous. Oh yeah, you got a stable connection tonight on Twitch. Oh, you've not said that you've had any thingies, so yay, cool. It's all gone fixed. Jump.
Frame shift drive engaging.
That's been the weekend. During the week has been just work as normal. The extracurricular activity outside of work has been again trying to get the blah.
I can scan the system if you wish.
Scan the system.
Completing system
the,
scan, standby. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
God, what am I trying to say? Trying to get the printable version, the print-on-demand version of the book that people pledged for sorted out, and it's problematic. Essentially, the problem is the print houses doing it are fairly small, but their prices are amazing, and the quality they can come out with is very, very good. The only problem is, because of the constraints of the graphics format that I've used, and the constraints of the publishing software that I've used, and a personal decision that apparently is now going to come and bite me on the arse, I've not added any bleed space around the images, around the pages. So because everything goes in edge to edge, and it's kind of like a joined together picture in the middle, there has to be particular sort of spacing for it, and it's not working particularly well. Jump.
Jumping.
And the latest thing has been that part of the header design doesn't lend itself well to the scaling because it's too close to the edge. So what I'm having to do is try and adjust it. So there's also been some colour balance issues that are pretty much my fault, because the images that I used, I didn't add enough contrast to. So the blacks were kind of washed out in the image, and the colours themselves were a bit fuzzy, a bit brown. So what I've had to do is sort of tweak every single full page black image. So that's all the ship posters and all of the chapter heading double page spreads. I've had to modify all of them and filter them down and rebalance all the colours, make the blacks darker and make the colours more vibrant, so that when being printed off they'll come out properly. Because a couple of the pictures that were coming out, when you print them off just as on a normal printer as well, that was evident there, but I only thought that was because it was cheap printers and not proper paper. But when it comes out on full colour paper, it's quite bad as well. So now it's all come out. I've now got it to the point where it's balanced nicely and the pages are properly set out. And the latest thing being the header, where there's little rivets on the top lozenges of the pages. If you see it, you'll know what I mean. And I've had to reduce the count of them from 3 till 2, because basically they were getting clipped on the edge. So in order to make sure there's no clip marks at the bottom of each page, or the top of each page, where you've got like a blank page and a little tiny white line at the top where they've not quite managed to get it onto the printer, or they've not quite cut it in the right place. In order to cover that with bleed, they've had to make the pages slightly bigger, which means those rivets kind of fall onto that edge. So I've had to change it. So we've kind of been working together, and the company that I'm working with have been absolutely amazing. Because they've been so supportive again, and obviously patient with all the things that have had to be done, and all the fact that, obviously I'm very concerned at the fact that this is going to be like a 50 book run to do this, and every single one has to be perfect, because these are obviously my core clientele that I want to make happy. So they're very aware of that, and they actually said to me a couple of weeks back, we've never really done anything like this before. So we've actually found flaws with their printer hardware that they've had to fix. We've found out updates for the printer drivers that have to be done in order to make the blacks appear properly done. I've had to discover filters and colour balancing profiles for the PDF that makes it work properly. Yeah, there you go, Daddy Huggy. I've literally just said it as you were typing it there, I think. But yeah, so as I say, it's been a voyage for us, and it's been a voyage for them. But I submitted what I'm hoping is the last copy that I'll need to submit in the PDF. So hopefully that is now going to be the final one. So I'm hoping that this week, the proof that comes this week, will be the final proof, and it will be ready to go. So if that's the case, then I'm hoping to be able to get them produced and sent out in the new year, very early in the new year. Oh, so yeah, that's a bit of a weight off the mind to get that done. And I'm also looking at them, if they can get this, if they can get the 50 copy run done and it's 100% right, and I don't have to reject anything, then I've offered them the contract to do the bulk order. Because what I'm contemplating doing is offering the book as a hard copy, but on a pre-order basis. So rather than, I'll just jump. So rather than doing one by one print on demand, which is very expensive, what I'm thinking about is if I can get 100 orders or 50 orders, and then pay for them, obviously they get paid for, and I can then get the print run done. Because as I say, I'm running from no backers and no capital on this thing, the sales that I get. And so far, sales have managed to cover sales tax, setup costs, the printing cost for the hard copies, and
I can scan the system if you wish.
Something else. Yeah, all the rest of the stuff. So yeah, that's all kind of. Damn it! God, what are you doing?
Verity is accessing the database. Please wait.
Jump.
Charging frameshift drive.
So yeah, the idea is that basically I'll do this as a pre-order run, so get enough pre-orders in and do that, and then hopefully off the back of that would get enough profits in and be able to fund other things that I want to do. I'm also wanting to go to a convention in February, which I've booked, and I'm also planning on booking Derby Comic Con in June, which sadly is the week before LaveCon. So we're not going to go to LaveCon either this year. But that was one of the things I said kind of in the last few months, is that I'm thinking about. He means a dropout on his Twitch. Essentially, John was having network problems last week. Toby Frost, hello by the way, and he couldn't really watch the stream properly because it was dropping out all the time. It was buffering and all that kind of stuff. But it wasn't the stream that was the problem. It wasn't Twitch, but it also wasn't John's computer. It was something to do with Twitch itself. So my stream was stable. John's computer was stable. It was it was Twitch somewhere that was the problem itself. Yeah, as I said, I was one of the things that going through my head at the moment is that I'm spending quite a lot of money and time going to elite specific conventions, and have done for the last 5 years. And essentially what I'm needing to start doing now is actually marketing this game in areas other than the elite community. So I need to go to different places and find a different audience and different people who want to buy the book. Marvin Darkstone, thank you for the host. Very much appreciated, and welcome to the stream, if you're here. So as I say, things like Derby Comic Con, and is it Burton? I think it's Burton Comic Con is the one I've booked for. Greetings to you, sir. So yeah, like I say, I'm trying to dive a little bit outside the traditional elite-centric community and get this book out to people who just like role-playing games. And I've not tapped that market pretty much at all. Jump.
Engaging jump drive.
Why would we need the Twitch 5-player extension? It's just me that's playing. It's the multi-Twitch thing. Quite a few of them kicking about, actually. Does it help with streaming rates? Is it buffer more reliable? Tell us more. As John has already said, for crying out loud. Scan the system.
Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Yes, there are, Marvin. There's quite a few that kick about around the place. There's a lot of places I can go to try and sell the book. There's a lot of conventions, a lot of groups, all that kind of stuff. I just need to find them. I just don't know any offhand. I've been looking, when I've looked mostly for gaming conventions, I've come up with things like Comic Cons in the area. I've not found a specific RPG convention in the Derby area as of yet. Yes, excuse me a second. I am trying to monitor quite a lot of the stuff that's going on at the moment with forums and so on, just so I know what's going on with the new discounts on the RPG. Jump.
Jumping.
Come on. Purchase. Wow, my rating on the Elite forums has gone up at last. You know, on the Elite forum, on the Frontier forum, sorry, you get a score thing where you get some like oh God, what do you call them? Jump.
Engaging jump.
No, Marvin, we're not. 149 jumps to go. Reputation, that's it.
Reputation. I can scan the system if you wish.
Scan the system then.
Stand by scanning now. Compiling data. Cartography update complete.
Is that the one from the Daftworks store? The actual email that I've sent out, Garcini. Wow. Jump.
Jumping.
Ah, right. It's because it doesn't need a link, because it says in the content of the email that it's part of your downloaded products. It works pretty much the same way that Frontier Store works, whereas your downloaded products are updated live as a file. So rather than having to link to an actual page to go to get it, you log into the store as per the instructions, and it's in your downloaded products list. So essentially, and as I say at the very end, there's no specific thing that will tell you it's been updated. It's just you click on the link for the book and it will download the updated file automatically. So essentially download it again, and it'll download you the latest file. It's not a newsletter, it's an update notification. No link in... You shouldn't need it! Actually, I can see your point. Fair enough, yeah, I see your point. Yeah, I should have put a link to the store in. I just thought it's inherent in there. It's inherently the Daftworks store link. Where you bought your book from, go back there, click on the link. Yeah, alright, fair enough. I should possibly have put there. Jump!
Charging frameshift drive.
Already got it. Do a comparison of the images side by side, because I think they're much nicer to look at even on the electronic version now. I've also changed the front. I didn't put it in the change list as well. I've changed the front cover. I've not changed it. The only thing I've really done is I've increased the resolution a huge amount. I've redone the colour balance completely, and I've changed the credit, the developed by David T.W. Houston. I've changed that to be readable.
I
So
can
think
scan the
on the
system
printed out
if you
version
wish.
it looked horrible, absolutely vile. I mean, that text itself just looked blurry, horrible. Jump.
Frameshift drive engaging.
It's a random thing. It doesn't do it automatically every time. It has a bit of a random number generator thing within Voice Attack's profile that says, will I do this? Will I do this? Will I do this? I actually want to switch it off. It's annoying.
I can scan the system if you wish.
I'd like to think that'd be a lovely thing for it to actually do, but I don't think it does. I think it's just random. Because I've had it when I'm doing the Road to Riches. There's obviously everything in those jumps is something interesting to scan, and it's as random there as it is on this jump, on this race, on this voyage, if you like. Oh, I've got a drink of it. Oh, no. Jump.
Preparing for jump.
Crew.
Feed the cat.
Yes, Commander.
Let the cat out. Jump.
Jumping.
It has to an extent. It's basically faded quite a lot of stuff into the background to me, and it's made the background deeper. So I've actually had to have a compromise. I'm actually happy with the way it looks, because it's actually, the rest of it's actually clearer and it's more contrasty. There's a desktop app? Wow.
Unable to comply.
Yeah, I was kind of, as I say, Garzini, I had to come to some kind of point where I had to sort of fettle in, because I was fettling for about 4 hours with it. And I had to make sure that it was clear enough to print and still retain the detail, whilst not losing too much of the information on the screen. It doesn't lose anything that's important, so it keeps the spiral arm that Earth is on, and it keeps where Colonia is, which is the two things that need to be clear on that map. So as far as I'm concerned, it's fine. Dariogi, I don't know what to say. I don't know what the hell's going on with your Twitch. I actually think your bandwidth's been throttled. I think because you were fine for about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, and then suddenly it just went off, and now you can't get proper connection again. It just seems to me like you're getting so much time, you're getting so much amount you can download, and then it just seems to stop working properly. Have you tried putting the resolution down just to see what happens? If you put the resolution down in Twitch to one of the lower ones, like 480 or whatever it is, I honestly don't think it's your wireless, because the wireless should be faster than your cable link, even with only a couple of nachos. I mean, I was having the problem with buffering. The only thing that fixed it for me was switching the router off, leaving it off for 30 seconds. Actually, no, I left it off for 10 minutes, and then switching it back on again, and that cleared everything. Because if you leave it off for a certain amount of time, it resets your IP address as well. So it could be that IP address is getting targeted, or you've got blockage on that IP for some reason. Jump.
Engaging jump drive.
am I pedantically correct in saying that RJ45 is the plug and Cat5 is the cable? He says facetiously. Yeah, Garzini, when I took the limit where I had to stop was I darkened and adjusted the brightness and contrast on that image enough so that the actual background colour was pure black, like 000 RGB. And if I'd gone 1% lower than what I did, it would have been 111 or 110 or something like that across, which I need the pure black. Because obviously the criteria that I'm using for the printer, or for the publishing company, the printing company, is that whenever I give them something it's pure black, so I know that it's black all the way down, so that I know their printer's working properly. Because if I see any gradients in it or any off black around the edges, then I know that the print's off, and I can basically have to reject it at that point. Jump.
Engaging jump.
So as I say, I went as far up as I could go, without losing that pure black background. And yeah, it did lose some of the detail in the galaxy, but I wanted it to look as I do for quite a lot of as I've done for quite a lot of the graphics in the book. Although they are all screenshots, pretty much from the game or from the media, I have concentrated quite a lot on making sure that it's not just a screenshot dumped into the game or a screenshot dumped into the book. I've tried to modify them in some way, process them in ways that mean they've got some kind of artistic value to them, rather than just being a game screenshot stuck in a book. See, I don't think it's your internal network. I think it's your actual broadband connection. I honestly think you've got throttling on there. They've cut your bandwidth speed, or it's the router itself that's faulty. So like I say, it might be worthwhile switching it off, leaving it off for half an hour, switch it on again, and then let it all reconnect. I'm not going to say do it now, because obviously you're watching me and you don't want to miss that, because it's great. Because it's so exciting. Jump, scoop, jump, scoop, jump, scoop, jump, scoop. 540 times. Jump.
Jumping.
But to be fair, you don't come here for the exciting visuals. You come here for the prettiness of looking at Elite Dangerous, the awesome game, and the awesomeness of me flying around, and the awesomeness of me talking to you and talking bollocks at you for 2 hours. That's some good shit. It's not just turn it off and on, it's as I say, it should hopefully reset the router, reset your IP address as well, and if there's anything blocking that up, then it should clear it out for you. Have you checked your broadband speed as well on one of those speed check things to make sure it's working properly? Because I must admit, when I was last having this issue, I did check it and it was half the speed it should have been. I was getting 10 down. all in all, considering you don't have the luxury of Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, or Acrobat Pro, you've done a bloody. I've done okay for a PDF version. I'm quite happy with how it's come out. I've spent on software to publish the book. I've spent 60 quid because I bought a discounted copy, a special offer copy of PaintShop Pro, and that's all I've bought. Everything else I've used has been free software. There's a few things in there that are actually rendered using Wings 3D, just in its preview mode, and they don't actually look all that bad. As I say, once I've taken them and processed them and adjusted some of the balances on them, they actually look pretty good. Scribus as a... oh, sorry. Jump.
Jumping.
Only happens to Twitch streams. Could it be your Twitch account? I know someone gifted you a subscription last week to try and sort it out. I think it was Garzinia. And that may have helped, but I'm just wondering if maybe Twitch has got a problem with you, or if you're connecting to something. Are you... oh, wait a minute. Are you using Twitch Beta? So I had problems with Twitch Beta. Jump.
Frame shift drive engaging.
Yeah, me too, Garzini. I don't use it at all now. It was crap, and it did cause buffering issues. That's why I'm saying it might be something to look into. So if it only happens on Twitch, it indicates it's something with Twitch. Yeah, if it's Twitch that's the problem, then Twitch is gonna show the problem in all its different applications. And I'm wondering if the desktop app is one of the things that specifically uses the beta connections. Jump.
Engaging jump drive.
Yeah, software wise, yeah, I mean PaintShop Pro was my main sort of graphics application. No, there's a connection. There's two different ways of connecting to Twitch at the moment. There's twitch.tv/channel name, and there's another one that's slightly different. If you're on the one that isn't just simply twitch.tv, then you're on the beta, as they call it. I'm not sure if it's beta.twitch.tv or it's something else now. It's r.b. or something like that. But what I'm saying is that the desktop app itself may use that architecture rather than using the original Twitch architecture, which is what I'm using at the moment when I look at anyone else's stream, because if I don't, then it just stutters like shit for me. So software, yeah, software wise, PaintShop Pro is the only bought software that I use, and it's pretty good. I've used PaintShop Pro since PaintShop Pro 3 way back in the day when it was a Windows 3.1 application, and I've never been keen on making the transition to Photoshop because PaintShop Pro does pretty much everything I do. Oh, hello Marco Polo DK, and thank you for the hints. In terms of the text was done in Word, obviously, and then ported over
Voice
to
control
Scribus.
off.
I never said that. The layout of individual pages and elements of pages, like the headers, any kind of arrows or additions to pages. Like if you look at the posters, or look at the character sheets and the vehicle sheets and all that kind of stuff. You're probably not then. If it says switch to beta, then it probably isn't. Try using beta then, you never know. It might work better for you. It's always worth trying all the options that are there. Jump. Yeah, so the things like square elements or card designs, character sheet designs, any additional bits put on top of, overlaid on top of imagery, that kind of stuff. It's all done in a program called Inkscape, which is a vector graphics designer. It's an SVG designer. Jump. SVG is a graphics format that is essentially web friendly. It's an XML text file basically that defines what your graphics will look like. And then Inkscape edits allows you to edit those by using an interface that's very much like Painter Pro, Photoshop, AutoCAD, that kind of thing. It's free software and it's bloody amazing. It's so powerful and very, very stable. So yeah, the sort of the line graphics and sort of boxes and lines and outlines for stuff, borders, headers, footers, the cover design is all done in Inkscape. To be honest with you, the images themselves that are there are all sort of individual PNG graphics of very high resolution, practically 4K some of them, and then all stitched together, masked and assembled using Inkscape. I mean, for free software to design a cover that, to be honest, looks that good, because I'm really quite impressed how it looks. And having now seen the actual printed book, a stack of which are over there, far too small for your resolution to see, it looks stunning. And to think that the software to do all that cost me £60. Wow. So yeah, Inkscape is the most powerful tool that I have. It does everything for me. Any 3D stuff I've had to do, which I did try to do quite a fair bit at the start. I tried to play with doing 3D designs for vehicles, weapons, all that kind of stuff, but then Frontier nixed all that. And I didn't thankfully I didn't spend a lot of time trying to do that, but they nixed all that. But there are still a couple of images in the book that have 3D previewed 3D stuff that's then been filtered and cropped, which has worked quite well just for simple things, which is fine. And then obviously the desktop publishing layout software was Scribus, which is also free. Now, to be honest, it's not brilliant. In terms of what it can produce, it's lovely. It has presented that book in a very, very beautiful format. However, editing, exporting, and modifying anything in it is increasingly difficult. It doesn't take up a lot of memory, so the actual file itself for the Scribus actual document is a couple of meg. Jump. Jump. Okay, thing's gone to sleep again. Yeah, because it actually has gone to sleep. Wake up.
Initiating. Voice control on.
There you go, that's what I did wrong.
I can scan the system if you wish.
Scan the system.
Standby scanning now. Compiling data. Cartography update complete.
Yeah, so Scribus is kind of an InDesign clone and is intended to do the same job that InDesign does. I don't know about InDesign. I mean, InDesign I don't mind using because it looks like it's very, very powerful. but it's a subscription, it's a monthly service. If it was a one-off purchase, then fine, I'd go for it, no problem, I'd buy it. But I'm not going to subscribe to a monthly subscription that's going to cost me £7 a month for something I'm only going to use to make vague edits now. I'm not a full-time publisher, so I can't really justify it, so I'm not going to. But Scribus does have its limitations, although the main one being that trying to export the PDF, export the text so I can create the EPUB file, is proven to be a bloody nightmare, because the text boxes, because like most desktop publishing software, it has text boxes or text frames that you have to link together. So you link them all together not chronologically, but sequentially, so your text flows from box to box in the correct format. Now you'd think that would mean that each text box would be they'd follow each other in sequence. So if you do an export of the text, then all the text boxes would follow each other. No. They seem to retain some memory of when in the process they were created. So there's no guarantee that, like, they seem to have an order on the page or an order within a group of pages. So if you've got loads and loads of stuff. Okay, hello, Lyco Cow. I love you too. Catch his pants. These pants smell. You can have them back now. Thank you. They smell like haggis and chips. Deep fried Mars bars. Thank you, Grant. Most appreciated. It was a great day, as I'm sure John will agree. Yeah. Jump. Colin!
Charging frameshift drive.
Hello, mate. How are you doing? Colin and Grant, two of the loveliest people you'll meet. Colin, by the way, I'm talking about the RPG stuff at the minute, when Colin appears, because Colin is amazing. Colin, if it wasn't for Colin, right, the RPG wouldn't exist. Because it would still be stalled on the vehicle design rules, and the vehicle combat system, and all that kind of stuff. Because basically Colin got me out of a corner and ripped myself into with that, and I just couldn't get out of it again. Colin came along and says, "Yeah, I'll give you a hand." And he's kind of half Scottish, half Manc accent. Yeah, and it was just amazing of him, and he's been absolutely stunning. He's been a star. Yeah, and again, another one of these people that is so supportive. And he's been awesome as far as the RPG is concerned, as far as obviously everything concerned. He's invited me on to Lave Radio, we've done some stuff together as far as presenting, he's mentioned me on his streams. He's just an all-round fantastic guy. But Grant Woolcock, or Psycho Cow as we call him here, is the same. I mean, if I had my idea of the best sexual experience in my mind would be oiled up with Grant on one side and Colin on the other side. That'd just be heaven for me. Because they're both just, I mean, if you put them both in front of me, oiled and naked, I wouldn't be able to choose between them. I'd have them both. It's that much, they're that awesome, the pair of them. Yeah, my viewership's just gone straight through the bloody floor now, hasn't it? Especially those who've seen me. It's like a walrus rolling about in lard. Jesus. David Attenborough would be feeling sick at this, but no. Jump.
Preparing for jump.
Too far. Oh, I'm sorry. Still better than Star Wars Last Jedi. Yeah, but again, I mean what I say as far as the McDave sandwich. That's it. It's got to be it. The truly Scottish sandwich. She doesn't know yet, although I am speaking very loudly and she's only in the next room, so she maybe knows now. I'm surprised she hasn't been through it. If she's heard it, she'll be through. If she hasn't heard it, then I'm okay. I'll have a bed for the night. Otherwise, I'll be at Colin's house. No, as I say, both fantastic guys. I mean, I'm lucky. I have a lot of people in my life who are pretty awesome. And as I was saying, it's like I was saying earlier in the stream, that you guys unfortunately missed. As I was saying, there are certain people who I've met as part of this RPG journey and as part of this elite community thing that are just amazing people, and absolutely, my life has been so enriched by knowing these people. There's not many of them, but the ones who do stick out on top are just stars among men. Never, don't mention Tracy. Tracy's not flavour of the month anymore. Daphne's still around, but she's only Saturdays. You know, a square sausage sandwich with haggis. Not overly keen on square sausage, to be honest. I prefer the average, just ordinary sausage. Yeah, a bit of haggis and black pudding, bit of bacon. An ordinary sausage, a Cumberland sausage. I know it's English, but I do like it. Or a red pudding. Oh god, that'd be great. Red pudding sandwich. A red pudding, haggis, and black pudding sandwich. Jump.
Engaging jump.
Unable to comply.
Anyway, so enough gushing. Back on the plot. Scribus and how shit it is. As I say, it's not brilliant software. I can't export to text. If I could export the format to text, so keep the text and the format and the images and the layout, but lose the columns and all that kind of stuff, it would work quite well and I'd be quite happy. But there's just no option to do that. It just doesn't seem to work, and you can't even get in a third-party plugin to do it for you. Jump! We try and get people to bring us red pudding down anytime they go to Scotland, or anytime we go up there we bring it down with us. I love it. I quite like them battered, like the traditional way, deep fry it, because you're Scottish, you have to deep fry it. But I actually prefer just cut it into slices, and then just ordinary shallow fry it. But then obviously you can do that in sandwiches, you can do that in cobs, or rolls, sorry if I'm being Scottish about it. Or just put it on the side of your plate when you're having a fry up. It's just the thing. I mean, red pudding, bacon, Cumberland sausage, because, yeah, sorry, a fried egg, and a soda scone, or a toddy scone. Just, oh, mwah, nom, 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 nom. Although I must admit I prefer poached eggs nowadays. Poached eggs, as long as they're done properly, and they've cooked the white properly. It's just, that's nicer, because your yolk seems, I think yolk's richer in a poached egg. Just because it comes out in a big blob, rather than being kind of, oh, really? That's worse than me. I don't care, still eat it. Nothing grosses me out with food, really. Jump.
Jumping.
Okay, see that link that just went up on the screen there? That Nightbot link that just went up. Click on that if you haven't got it already, and you'll see a 25% discount on the RPG for Christmas and birthdays and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to buy it for a Christmas present for your best mate, or you want to buy it as an extra copy of a file that you already own, just because you want to, and because you want to own as many as possible, then feel free. Never had fruit pudding. I've heard of fruit pudding, but I've never actually seen it or had it. But you see, it's got the word fruit in it, so I'm not going to like it because I'm Scottish and we don't like fruit. Jump.
Engaging jump drive.
To us, cow is fruit. Here's a joke for all you scientists out there. What are cows made of? Muons. I make me laugh at least, that's the good thing.
I can scan the system if you wish.
Scan the system.
Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Jump.
Engaging jump.
Let the cat in. Yes, Garzini. System.
Stand by. Scanning now. Compiling data. Cartography update complete.
That came from, I was watching a programme the other night. I think it was Friday night. We were browsing around BBC 4 for some reason, which we never do. And there was a few documentaries on there. And I think we watched the last episode of Blue Planet 2 during the week, and it kind of made us feel that we want to watch sciencey stuff. So that's the thing, I'm not actually allowed to eat raisins because they're dried fruit. And apparently diabetics and dried fruit don't go together. They're actually worse than sweeties. Yeah, we're watching BBC 4 documentary type stuff. They were doing a thing on parallel universes and quantum theory and quantum physics and all that kind of stuff. Oh my god. Well, honestly then I think it's either Twitch itself has got something against you, or it's something to do with your actual connection. I'm leaning more towards Twitch, but I'm possibly leaning towards your connection because Twitch is a bit notorious for not really balancing itself properly, especially when you're not a good subscriber. But it doesn't do very well at its own buffering stuff sometimes. I was digging into my head before. So it's maybe worth. Did you try dropping the resolution down, by the way? I know it'll look like shit, but it'll check if it balances out. If you drop the resolution in the Twitch stream down to something really low, like 480 or 360, and it balances out and stops buffering, then you know it's maybe not Twitch and it's more likely to be your bandwidth, or at least the way that Twitch is prioritised on your network or on your provider. Jump.
Preparing for jump.
Favourite person in the world has just texted me and says she's okay. just had a messenger message on our little group, a little writers group, from Drew saying well done to John for posting updates on his progress through his personal nightmare, basically. And yeah, that's one thing I should really mention, is that John has been very open with this situation he's in, and he's posting Facebook and Twitter updates about it, and being very open about it, and it is actually a great thing to see, and it's something that as a writer, I know I have this feeling, but John should be very, very proud of what he's doing, because there is a potential in the future that this could be used as fuel for a book. Maybe.
Kate has not been commissioned for duty.
Remember what I was saying earlier about people on the internet who are awesome? And I was saying I had a thing about you get the trolly nasty people at the very bottom of the pile, and at the top you get the cream of the crop that are just awesome and supportive and lovely and kind and nice and wonderful. And I was saying that there are people like Colin and Psycho Cow and John and Drew and Dan and all those sort of people who are very supportive and will sort of help you wherever they can. Well, what just popped up on your screen is case in point. So, thank you, Psycho Cow.
Cycling targets.
You are a king amongst men. King among men. The best of the best. Jump.
Frameshift drive engaging.
Which probably also puts him in the list of people who have donated now. He is indeed, I agree with that sentiment, completely psychic. Yes! Yeah, we all fucked him over, didn't we? Right enough. How's your skin? You burnt your finger. Oh dear. I must
The
have
landing gear is down and locked.
Just before the stream started, I was going through to see Anne, who was asleep at the time, and I managed to kick the box by the door. All of our doors actually have something in the way, so I have to bend around everything. And I think I've ripped my toenail off. On my right foot this time. Did it on my left foot 2 weeks ago. I think I've done it on my right foot this time, so it's probably hanging off. It feels like it is. Daddy Boggy. Boggy? Oh, that's nice. Daddy Boggy. So does that clear a buffer or something, Psycho Cow? If you've got a different channel and then come back, does it clear the buffer out? Jump.
Charging frameshift drive.
Retracting armaments.
Standing by.
Jumping.
I can scan the system if you wish.
Scan the system then.
Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Yeah, he's probably gone. When he said stand by, Psycho Cowie, that was probably him going to try it. So he's probably not been around since he said that. So you may have to type all that again when he comes back. Jump.
Engaging jump drive.
I can scan the system if you wish.
Scan the system.
Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Jump.
Jumping.
Scan the system.
Stand by. Scanning now. Compiling data. Cartography update complete.
Trying to rescues. No, I haven't. I've not tried any of the new stuff really, to be honest. I've been exploring more than anything else and looking at the INRA stuff. I think only the INRA stuff I've looked at. Yeah, that's the only real new stuff I've looked at. But a lot of the new features I haven't really looked at yet. I've kind of got a list of things I want to try and do. Colonia is one thing on my list, so that's what I'm doing now. And then I'll come back and I'll do some of the other stuff. So I'll probably try some rescues once I come back. But it'll be good. You know what I'm like. The only time I ever play this game is when I'm on here. Is when I'm on a Monday night. So if it's not recorded on YouTube, then I ain't done it. A situation I must try and resolve at some point. Jump.
Jumping.
I mean, I know the rescue thing's only going to go on for a little while, isn't it? Because there's only it's the Thargoid invasion stuff, isn't it? To be honest, I almost did, because I almost did try it. I logged in to do a screenshot and do some images for the book again, some updated and higher quality images for some of the low-res ones that slip through the matrix. And I logged on with my second character, and while I was doing all that, I was looking at the video that had been released on YouTube with one of the rescue things. And I did think about, while I was on, about using that second character. Bollocks. Is there more to it? I mean, I know it's. I've seen some of the Galnet posts and I've seen the YouTube stuff, but yeah, it does look very well done. And I must admit, although I have some issues with the Frontiers doing some of the storyline stuff, some of the visuals are amazing. I mean, the visual of the damaged / destroyed station is amazing, and the interior is just beautiful. I know, in a very dark, horrible way, it's beautiful.
I can scan the system if you wish.
Jump. But I've not been
Engaging
following
jump.
any of the sort of in-game narrative, if there's any, because obviously I'm not in-game very often. So I don't know if there's anything around about all that stuff, or if there's stuff that happens when you drop the people off, or that would be quite interesting to follow. But as I say, I just don't have the time. I'm enjoying the story, and I'm enjoying following what's happening. I am quite interested in what happens next. But as far as being able to take part in it, it's the same as everything else. I just Mobius Forest dad all the Mobius Forum dad all the way, and just can't really get. Oh, for God, I'm really uncomfortable tonight. Oof. Jump.
Preparing for jump.
I'm really sore, to be honest, at the moment. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the camera off for a sec. And I'm gonna stand up because I need to, because this chair is killing. Stand up so I'm not actually at the keyboard at the minute, and I'm stretching in various different ways to try and get some feeling back in my legs. Yep, I've bollocks the tracking.
Confirm.
Commission. They're up on stream 720, but no buffering. Yay! Now you're back, and let's see if it's fixed it. There's something in the cat. I don't know. I might have. Sounds like it did. The camera back on now. That's bizarre. Jump.
Frame shift drive engaging.
Now I'm streaming at 1080, 25 frames per second. I've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. I'm streaming at 26 kilobytes a second. Sorry, 2,550 kilobytes per second. And I have 0 drop frames. Jump.
Charging frame shift drive.
If you come off full screen and go into just your main Twitch page with all the bits around the sides and the video window, and then put your mouse over the video window, you'll have a cog somewhere on the screen. If you click on that, you'll have a choice to drop your broadcast resolution down, or your resolution down. Yeah, you can change that though. Your cog will let you change that setting. I broadcast in 1080, but Twitch will receive it in 1080 and then throw it out to you at the resolution you prefer. If you've got it set to auto in your cog, it'll come in at the resolution it thinks you can handle. Sometimes it doesn't work it out properly, and it'll just default it straight and throw it straight out at the highest resolution it can. But you can manually set it in that cog. If you click on the cog and then say where it is, you can expand that out and then select the one that you want from there. What I'll do is a quick little video of it, I may as well. Right, so I've got that set by pop that over. Then go to OBS, open up the window thing. Blah blah blah. Add window capture. Me. Right, so you're going to get some weird effects now. So if I pop that open to just over there. Now, so you've got that cog. Quality at the top there. Video quality. Oh. Wait a minute. That's interesting. Oops. Wait. That used to have drop down that would give you everything you could change it to. That's interesting. Oh well. Okay, I'm stuck again then. I thought that had the option to change it to anything you wanted. It always has for me. Jump! Jump!
I can scan the system if you wish. Fine, I won't disturb you again.
Jump!
Preparing for jump.
Verity is here.
Scan the system.
Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Jump!
Engaging jump drive.
I can scan the system if you wish.
Scan the system.
Stand by. Scanning now. Compiling data. Cartography update complete.
Have you done a speed test, John? Did it verify you're on 175 megabyte a second? Jump.
Jumping.
just put a link in chat for you, John. Have a look at that. See what you think. I've not read it all the way through, but I have read sort of the top couple of posts. It does look as if it is something that's known. Jump. Jump.
Jumping.
Scan the system.
Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Okay, we'll do 12 more jumps. We'll get it down to 500 jumps to go. Then we'll have done 130, I think. 120 odd, 127 I think it would be jumps since we started this voyage. Jump.
Frameshift drive engaging.
Laggy to elite tonight, actually. I keep getting a little bit of a twitch now and again. A hiccup. Jump. I mean, we'll do that. Scan the system. Jump.
Engaging jump.
I can scan the system if you wish.
Scan the system.
Stand by. Scanning now. Compiling data. Cartography update complete.
Jump.
Charging frameshift drive.
Sorry, answering Lave Radio. Grant, are you still around? Slides back, I think. I don't know about the actual bits that go over your legs. The chair itself slides back on rails, doesn't it? Does it? Doesn't seem to actually. I don't know. Jump!
Jumping.
Jump.
Engaging jump.
If Space Legs ever comes. That's what we said 2 years ago though, Garzini. I'm starting to wonder. Jump.
Preparing for jump.
I'm also I might have reached bloody Colonia. Oh, it's all prettiness you can look at through your thingy though, isn't it? Through your windscreen and through your Hollow Me and all that. Eye candy.
Request done.
My fuel script disengaged message has vanished completely. See if that fixes it. Also, the Hollow is a full standing character. Yeah, it is. So I mean, in the HoloMe interface is what I meant by the HoloMe thing, because you can't see it as a full standing character and it is mobile and it does move around. And they obviously must use the HoloMe character framework to make the videos they make. So they're obviously animatable. Jump.
Engaging jump
It would
drive.
be a bit silly to go to all that effort and then make it not thingy. Shows that it is a common thing though, it's a common thread, common subject. So it's obviously a thing that happens. Maybe it's going to be having to get an engineer out for it, which is a bit weird for one website. Jump.
Charging frameshift drive.
See, I don't know, I think, to be honest, I think it has the potential to be something to be brought on an incremental basis, just to see it grow, just to see it actually happen. The ability to get up and wander around your ship would be something that would satisfy my curiosity on one level for a fair while. Just wandering around the ship would be one cool thing to do. And the next phase would be you're able to get off your ship at a space station. And then the next phase would be you can get off your ship at an airless world. And then obviously they can work on the planetary landing and planetary excursion thing later on. In the meantime, they've got 3 increments they can bring up to get it to that point. Which gives us, at least it gives us bits and pieces. This gives us something. Do you think maybe the issues how, because it's always a 0G environment on your ship, isn't it? So are they going to be able to have you stop your ship and then get up and wander about in your ship? So they're going to have to work out some way of managing the 0G environment. Or are they just going to just make it so that essentially you can't float around, you have to just stand on the ground with your magnetic boots and do it that way. Jump. Jump. And then worry about the rest of it later. I don't know, it just seems to me that they've got the platform ready to do it, they've got almost data ready to do it.
Scan the system if you wish.
System.
Stand by, scanning now. Compiling data. Cartography update complete.
Jump.
Frameshift drive engaging.
I think the framework for it, it's like everything else with Elite. I always think of Elite in terms of frameworks. I always have. The framework for certain elements is in place. then they put a framework in for another element, and then they combine all those frameworks together to give you a mechanic, and it works. And I think the framework for it is there. They just need to actually put the things in place to do it. So I mean, the framework for your Hobble Me, you've got your character there ready to go. Standable, posable, blah 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 blah. It has some default actions in there, and it's just movement really at the end of the day. Make it look smooth. You've got everything you need there to make it work. Jump.
Jumping.
The ships have all been designed with interiors that you can wander around in. So all they need to do is make them accessible. So I think everything's there, it's ready to go. The potential is almost realised. It's just putting this right and joining everything together to make it work.
I can scan the system if you wish.
Scan the system.
Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Jump.
Jumping.
We'll scan this one when we get there, and if it's got planets to land on, we'll land on it. That would be pretty cool. But again, I think that's two steps down the line. I think essentially you're going to have, and the Beluga is supposed to be a kind of luxury yacht, isn't it? It's got to have ballrooms and lounges and bars and all that kind of stuff, and it's like a mini station. Scan the system.
Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Open system map.
System map.
Yay! Actually fully unexplored. Oh no, the sun has been. That whole lot there hasn't been explored. Close system map.
Closing map.
Maybe that's how they could do it then. Incrementally allow access to certain bits of the ships, as they are finished off. So I think your lounges in your loop of shame wouldn't be a dangerous Monday without all the shame, would it? Lost the planet now, where is it?
Previous fire group.
Yeah, so as they get everything in place to do a certain thing, so obviously lounges, ballrooms, bars, that kind of stuff, all the sort of communal areas of a cruise ship would have people walking about. So until they've got the AI, the movement animations, the posing, the different things that they'll do, like taking a drink, sitting down, having a meal, picking stuff up, putting the stuff down, talking to you, that kind of stuff. Once they got all that stuff sorted out, then they would start looking at putting it in the game. But until then, you would only be able to look at sort of the main communal areas of the hallways and the ship itself. Yes, exactly. Modular sections, which is how they're designed anyway. Yeah, that will be fun. Deploy landing gear.
Landing modules deployed.
down and safe once more. Oh, so, right, that has been a fun night. I hope you've enjoyed it. Had a good chat. I've rather enjoyed our chat. It's been lovely. I hope you can get these issues sorted out, John. That's a bit shitty. Everything that's going on there. And yeah, everybody else, thank you for watching. I'm going to call it a night for tonight. As I say, this is the last Dangerous Monday before we break for the new year, or break for Christmas and the new year, because Christmas is a Monday, so I can't broadcast next week because the family would shoot me in the face, and quite rightly so. I'd shoot me in the face. Put it that way.
Unable to comply.
There's this one.
Verity reporting. What do you require?
No idea. So let's first change. Let's have that lovely background. That's actually really nice. That's worked out nice. I think the sun's over there, actually, to be honest with you. Look at that. Just need to sit fucking still. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to manage to get on again before the new year. I may do. If I do, then I'll let you know, obviously, by the usual channels and so on. You know where to go to find me. And obviously I'll let you know. But yeah, for now, I think we're kind of done for this evening. I'm going to have a look to see who's around, if we have anyone worth raiding onto. If anybody wants to hang around for a bit longer, then we'll see who's available. DJ Truthsayer is usually the person who I slip us onto at this time of night. If he's on. He's online watching someone else, so I don't think he's streaming tonight. So who's actually on there? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's nice, that. Tilt down a little bit more and then do that again. Let's see who's on. Hosting. No one's bloody on. The game case, that'll do. We'll go to the game case this evening, I think. So yeah, going to call it a night, and we're going to go and raid the game case, who is another member of the Sovereignty, who is rather good at streaming. He is currently streaming PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and apparently he's a rather good one to watch. I've not actually watched his stream yet, but I know he's one of the guys that Graham and Malik VR tend to tend to follow around quite a lot, so he's rather good. So yes, thank you to everyone for watching. John, there's a very good sentiment there. All the best for 2018 if I don't see you beforehand. Thank you for all your support over 2017. You've been awesome, and I'm hoping to go for partnership next year. 2018 will be the year of partnership, hopefully. I'll give you more details about that in the new year on the first stream. So in theory, the first stream of the new year is going to be the 7th or the 8th. I think the 8th will be. But obviously you'll get the usual notifications. So yeah, all the best. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Sorry. Have a great Christmas. Have a great New Year, and I'll see you soon. And again, if I'm online, I'll see you around. Unless beyond that, then. But there's your raid there. I'll nip onto his stream for 5 minutes just to say hello to him as I pass you guys over to him, and then from there we'll call it an evening. So take care, guys. All the best. Gute Nacht. I've really got to try and get myself into doing this before I actually say cheerio and get the stream finished. Studio mode.